Okay. What's up, guys? It's Rossie. Welcome back to my clubhouse. So tonight, guys, this is a very special interview. You know I like to talk movies. You know we do TV stuff. And you know I love music. So I have with me an artist out of Natomas, North Carolina, Cali pretty much, YUMZAWKWORD. What's up, Yumz?
Yo, it's great to be here.
I'm so happy. So you guys, listen, we were supposed to get this interview together. We were supposed to have this last Monday. Your girl got sick. He was so generous, Yums, to extend the interview and allow me to do it today. So I'm so excited and I'm happy that you guys are here. So let's get into the interview. Where did you get your name from?
YUMZAWKWORD derivates from my from my dad. He goes by Big Yum,
right?
And I always been Lil Yum because you know I'm my father's twin.
Okay.
We're almost like the exact same person, almost.
Okay.
And you know, if you ask him where he got it from, well, that's a question you gotta ask him.
Okay.
But yeah, I got the Yums part from my dad. I was Little Yum for a while. I went through a bunch of name changes, like Yums to MC for a while. Big Boy dropped Lil Lucius Left Foot, so I was Lil Lucius Yums for a little bit. But then I joined the label the team that I created back in North Carolina, and we were called AWK14, which stands for Awkward Society. There's 14 letters in Awkward Society. So I became YUMZAWKWORD, and then I became like the president, as I guess, of AWK14. So, you know, it just stick with me.
Okay. So are you originally from here in Sac, or did you originate in North Carolina? Because I know you got roots in
I lived in North Carolina for like 22 years before I moved to Sac. I've only been in Sac for like four years. Yeah, I moved here in 2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, let's I have your catalog here. So guys, Yums has been around for a very long time. Like he's got albums that go back, I think, 4 years.
Mm-hmm. I got albums that go back way longer than that. They just probably deleted it.
Okay,
I got music on SoundCloud everywhere.
Yes, you do. So, okay, I'm gonna mention some of because I've been taking notes, guys. So, okay, I'm gonna go through some of its albums here. All right. So, I have the newest one that I heard. The newest song I heard was "No Way Out."
Yeah.
Okay, "No Way Out." Then that's the video with the red mic. You guys can check that out on YouTube. It's up right now. It's called "No Way Out" by YUMZAWKWORD. Check it out. Okay. My Little Album. That was 4 years ago in 2019.
Mm-hmm. That was my first, like, I think, project that I was like, all right, I'm going to promote this project.
Okay.
This going to be the one. This going to be the project that I'm going to really take serious. Because, you know, before I made that one, I made a bunch of projects and just posted them on SoundCloud.
Okay.
And one thing led to another. They done got deleted.
Okay.
Or moved or lost just in the wind.
Okay.
So when I made my little album, not only was that like my first actual project, it was the first project that I posted on like iTunes and Spotify.
Okay.
So that was like, oh, this is my first step as an independent artist for real.
Okay.
And it was cool.
So on that album, you have a song called Parking Lot, and I'm gonna name the features that he has, because some of these features I noticed they're with Bedroomtrap, right?
Nah, none of the features.
None of the features.
That was like before I even met Bedroomtrap.
So are you still with Bedroomtrap right now? How long have you been with them?
For about 4 years.
Okay, all right. So I went way back, okay, way before that, all right?
Yeah,
so
before I even moved,
Parking Lot, Ghetto Uber, I listened to that today. Ties, I love that. Moving On, Dexter, Wild Out, Sun and Sun Out, I listened to that today. One of my favorite ones on the album, now this is a 2020 album, it's called I'll Die Lit. That's a lit album, by the way. I love, and for the women out there, please listen to Randy Watson. How did you come up with Randy Watson? It's an Aaliyah 1 in a Million beat that he's rapping on, and it is dope.
Shout out to homie Fully Cooley because he made the beat and everything, and I was listening to the beat and I was like, this is so smooth, bruh. And then I think I was watching Coming to America that day as well. So Randy Watson, when I was watching it, like coming up as a kid, I used to watch Randy Watson, and I know he was like a joke, but I used to, for some reason, I thought he was like the smoothest nigga ever. Like I was like, man, this bro, he was his whole team was the chocolates. I'm like, bro, he got to be pulling, and he can sing and everybody. And then you got that scene where he like, that boy good.
Right.
That was just a classic scene to me as a kid. So when I made Randy Watson, I was like, I want to make a song that Randy Watson would make, if he was modern day.
Okay,
like, this would be some shit that I had a whole video idea for it and everything that we never got to execute at all. I could never get it done. But
you mentioned that you want to bring that back. Like you gotta update, bring that back. And we'll move around. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna mention to the rest of the songs on I'll Die Lit in 2020. And these songs, this is all up on YouTube right now. You can get it on YouTube, Spotify. You're on Apple and all that, right? Like
I'm everywhere. Whatever
is
the hell
wherever you want to
Deezer is,
you
I'm
can
there.
find Yumz. So we have Randy Watson. That's the Coming to America, the one with Aaliyah, which I like. When I heard that, I had to rewind and then play it again. Sent it to my sister. Sent it to my other sister.
Oh, that's love.
Yes. Oh,
real.
of course. We always share music, and when I love finding new artists, and when I discover new artists, and I'm into them, I'm sending like just YouTube links. Check this song out. Check this song. I know my sister getting on her nerves today because she's like, no problem. I love rap music. Okay, another song's called Drop, Goat Farm. And I also like Banjo with Santi. That is that was
Santi
different.
goat.
That was different, but so you got a banjo and the beginning of the song sounds really good, country, but then when y'all start going off,
we go crazy.
Who does that? Like who comes up with a song
was in
like
the studio this whole album was made when I lived in North Carolina.
Okay.
So this was before my life was even structured in music. This was when I was working a real job. I was working every day at Buffalo Wild Wings type shit.
Wow.
So I just remember the Bebe, who is a big artist that lives in my city.
Okay.
His name is Bebe Finessing. And he used to own a studio in the city that me and my boy Santi the Goat would always go hang out in. And then there was this producer there, and his name was Chris Nasty.
Okay.
And I remember he was just playing us beats, and this country-ass beat just came up. And it was a banjo. And we was like, bro, this, for some reason, we were like, this is hard.
Right.
And then Santi was like, hey, man, I know where we can shoot the video at. We can do this song tonight, literally shoot the video tomorrow.
Wow.
So we literally wrote that song in the night. Took us like an hour, I would say. And then the next day, we got up and shot the video at a farm. And you can still watch the video. It's out on YouTube right now.
Okay.
YUMZAWKWORD, Santi the Goat, Banjo. It's on my page. It's a cool video,
yes,
too. We hate that song.
Really? That song? I love that song.
We hate that song so much. When it came out, it was the same time that Lil Nas X dropped that Old Town Road.
Right.
So everybody kept calling us copycats. And it's like, bro, we weren't even really thinking about the Lil Nas X song. We made that song because there was a banjo in this beat. And it was like, this is what we did with that. And
I found the song unique. It was different. I didn't even think about that other artist song.
Exactly. Most people hear it now, they don't think about.
No, it never came to mind. I mean, I just like the fact. So with Yumz, like his music to me, I'm from Sacramento. I'm originally from Portland, Oregon. I've been in Sac for 9 years. And Yumz you're at Natomas, right? Is it Natomas or whereabouts here in Sacramento?
I live in Citrus Heights now.
Citrus Heights, okay. But when you got here and you started making the music here, where did you start at? Like, were you
when I got here, I moved into this house, this artist house in Midtown.
Okay.
And I remember I stayed in the basement in this artist house, and it was cool. It was the first time I ever did shrooms. It was the first time I experienced so much stuff in that crib, bro. I really learned myself. Shout out Brew Lee. Shout out Moon Magic. Shout out E-Bar, because I lived with all of them, and they took me in for a good 6 months.
Okay.
And I just was with them every day, experiencing music, doing my first little shows, getting my feet wet, really starting in the ground. Okay. And then I think after that, I moved to Natomas with the homie Dre. Shout out that pretty bitch Dre. That's my dog. That's the gang. He was. I was dating a girl that lived there at the time, and he was gracious enough to allow me to move in without knowing me from a can of paint.
Okay.
And that's my brother for real, because, you know, he took care of me. He showed me a lot of things about streaming. I just learned a lot of things being in the houses that I was in. When I first moved here, I just carried myself around nothing but artists.
Good.
Everybody I was with was just doing something.
Good.
Whether it was music, whether it was film. Like, that's how I met Zach, for real.
Okay.
Like, just hanging around Dre house. And, you know, him believing in my music and everything and bugging me to shoot a video all the time. Like, think about Zach, bro. I love Zach to death. I got to give Zach his props because he will bully you to shoot a video. Like, hey, when we're going to shoot that, Yumz.
Right.
We're going to shoot that, Yumz.
Right.
Like, Zach is the reason I have some good content because he's literally, like, on your head. And it's like, I've always needed friends like that to push me in that sense, because I never had that in North Carolina.
Right.
You know, I feel like it was only till I got here in Sacramento that my career actually started taking off and really being something, even though I've been rapping since I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
I made my first song at like 13.
Did you really?
Yeah. Like, if I can find it, I thought I posted it on YouTube. I don't know where it is.
Right.
But if I can find it, bro, I made my first song, recorded my first song. It was straight a 3-verse freestyle when I was 13 years old. And yeah.
How do you go about like creating? Like, what do you have to be in a specific mood? Like, how do you, with writing your songs, I mean.
No, I just do. You feel me? Like,
so you can create, like, if it comes up, you can sit there and just bust it out.
It really just, it's got to be the vibe.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, some days I can create a song in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Some days it'll take me 3 or 4 days to finish the song.
Okay.
Some days it'll take me a month to finish the song.
Okay.
But.
And you write all that. Like, you're writing. Do you write for others? I mean, do you have other people? Because I know with screenwriters, they help others write as well.
I want to be a ghostwriter so bad.
Okay.
I really do. I think that'd be the most funnest thing to do.
Right.
I want to write R&B songs.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I met Brian Morgan once, and if you don't know who Brian Morgan is, he was the writer for all of the songs of SWV. But more than being a writer for all of the songs for SWV, he wrote for some of any artist you can name in the R&B scene.
Okay.
Name me one. He wrote for him.
Okay.
You feel me? The man's legit.
Okay.
So meeting him and being around that energy and like listening to him play his demos of original recordings of songs that like we famously sing, and bruh, if you would hear the original demo of Rain before SWV got to it,
really,
you would cry. It is so beautiful. Like, the original demo is so beautiful. And
the song itself is
crazy.
It's absolutely beautiful. Their first album. If he wrote that first, he wrote all the songs that they did, because every song they had, remember, they were.
But it's like, it's more than writing, bro. He wrote the harmonies, the recording. Like, you can hear in the original recording where it's his voice. He wrote each one of their parts, like stacked them and everything.
Wow.
And that is so impressive to me.
Right.
Because he took his art and applied it to somebody. He basically wrote a movie in music.
Right.
And gave it to somebody.
Right.
Bro. He made actors, and I know I love SWV. They are very talented.
Right.
Their voices are very beautiful.
Absolutely.
But they are actors in this man's movie.
I get that.
And his Jones was hits.
Right. Yes.
Every time.
Yes. Every song they did, it was a hit.
Every time.
Every song. Even the first album when they first came out.
I was like,
I remember getting that album, and we instantly loved SWV, but it was the songs.
Yeah.
And besides the fact that they can sing, the songs, Weak, and the one that they did, the Michael Jackson one that they did, that one, Human Nature. So they all were hits. Everything they did was a hit.
Everything they did was hits.
Right.
And then it's like, I got to sit with that man and listen to every like demo he could play of me of all these original classic songs.
Wow.
That I've listened to my whole life.
Right.
That my mama's done played for me, that my grandma's played for me. And just to know a person that write like that, I was like, I want to do that.
Right.
I want to be the person where it's like, yeah, you like this song? I wrote that.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that with you. I can definitely see that with you. My sister, when I sent her one of your songs today, and I sent her Ties. And I was like, tell me what you think, because she loves the music as well. We both, we're a year apart, and that was something that we always wanted to do, was be in broadcasting and be around music, and you know what I mean? find artists, stuff like that. And she texted me back and she's like, oh my gosh, he's like a young Wayne. Like,
I
you know,
wrote Ties. Everything in Ties.
did you
I wrote the
okay.
hook for Ties.
Yeah.
Where it's the my boy Shawnee Acid
Yes.
singing. I wrote
Okay.
that. So it's like I can do it.
Yeah, yes, you can. You
possible.
absolutely can. Yeah, that song. And I listened to that one today for the first time because I was still going through. Because, like I said, you're everywhere. I mean, you're with Bedroomtrap. They have their own YouTube page. You're all over there. What was it? SV. Oh goodness.
SVBCE
Yes,
space.
yes. There you go.
That's my producer.
Okay, the producer. You're on his YouTube. I mean, you're everywhere. So I would find the song, and then when I would go back to put you back into my search bar, something else new would pop up. So I mean, so that's
if you
just,
go on my
you know,
YouTube, I have a playlist.
Okay.
And every one of my music videos.
Okay.
From like every different place because
Okay.
I know I'm scattered.
Yeah.
It's all in one playlist.
Okay. All
I
right.
try to make it as front as possible
Okay.
so people can see because I know it gets confusing, but. It's all in one just specific playlist that's public on my YouTube. So you can watch every video that I've mentioned in the podcast or anywhere else just right there.
Okay.
Mine
and
are
you
there
guys,
as well?
Huh?
Mine are there? My music
I think
videos,
so.
my
That one video that we
masterpieces?
sent with Dre, I think is in there as well.
Yeah.
so you guys
If not,
can go.
send it to me so I can add it.
and check it out. So everything's going to be in the description of the video. So you'll be able to find all of Yum's music, all of it, and artists that he works with, and artists under Bedroom Trap. You guys will find that as well.
Shout out Bedroomtrap.
Who were your early musical influences?
Oh man, Outkast. Let's start with
Absolutely,
them.
yes.
You feel me?
Yes, I do feel
Andre
you. Yes.
3000 and Big Boy Raised Me.
Right. Oh,
They was my uncles.
really? You really?
No, not for real. But like,
I mean, you met them. You know them.
No, never met them a day in my life. I wish.
I get you.
I
get
wish.
you. Okay.
But I grew up off their music. I grew
Right.
up off of Andre 3000 completely. Like
Okay.
even a lot of people don't know Andre 3000 used to have a cartoon on Cartoon Network. It was called Class of 3000.
No.
Yeah, I'm not, no cap.
No, I never knew that.
You can watch every episode on YouTube. There was a song in every episode that Andre 3000 wrote himself.
Wow.
I grew up off that.
Okay.
That's like, it's stuck in my memory because
Okay.
it was so fire. It taught me that kids could really do
Right,
music.
right.
Because the music in it was so good, but they were kids' songs.
Okay.
No cap. It was amazing.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm definitely
grew
gonna
up
have to
off
do
of
that.
Outkast, you feel me? I grew up off of Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Yes.
Bone Crusher,
Yes.
50 Cent, Jay-Z.
Absolutely. Okay.
I grew up off a lot of Biggie.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Wu-Tang, ODB.
Okay.
You know, very classic rap artists.
Absolutely.
You know,
Right.
and then like also underground artists. You know, some in my city. A lot of MF Doom for real. Like I really got into a lot of like old school music. De La Soul.
Yes.
You
right.
feel me? The
right.
Fugees.
Yes.
Like a lot of my influence comes from just like classic hip hop, underground hip hop, and then like also the Temptations.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye, Muddy Waters.
Okay.
Bro, like I could go on. The
Yeah,
list
you
goes
can
on.
like when listening to your music, you definitely get the R&B and when I mean that you're different and you're a breath of fresh air is because you don't sound like everyone today. Everyone today, they really do a lot of them, and I'm not saying they're not good. It's just that when Migos came out and did what they did, everyone tried to emulate that until still to this day you still get that. And when listening to you and you're so young, you don't have that. You know what I mean? You may sound like Drake or Wayne in some of your songs, but you're not putting out the same thing that everyone else is putting out. I can vibe to that. Like I can listen to that on a Saturday night like I did and had drinks and just bang out to it like I would if I would have put on, Outkast, Southern Playlist at Cadillac Music. You know what I mean? I put you with those, and you're gonna be great. So it's an absolute honor, guys, to have Yumz with us because you're really amazing. You really are, and I'm just like Zach really hooked me up. So
That gonna make me cry, bro. Crazy.
on your record label Bedroomtrap, I see that it was founded by Bay God, and what's his name?
Space.
Bay God and Space. And I checked some of their stuff out too, and she's got a beautiful voice, by the way.
God.
But it was originally R&B trap, and then it turned into it said it turned into a label, and the artists are Bay God, Space, Nate Curry, YUMZAWKWORD, Keita Mahal, Cole, and Cryface Jordan. Are they still on the lineup? Is it still?
Hole and cry face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
We still
wanted to,
rock with Cole and
I wanted to know a
Crawface. I
little
just
bit
ain't
about
seen Cole
y'all.
and Cry. We also got some new members.
Okay.
Shout out to Hands On Jazz, Ayo Jazz,
Okay.
Taliana.
Okay.
Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to Tilly.
Okay.
Shout out to Kibo. You feel me? Like our family's really done grown over the
Okay.
last couple of years.
I can
you
see
feel me?
that.
So, yeah.
Where do you find inspiration?
Man, just off life. For
Okay.
real. Like I've been doing this for so long, and even though like I'm only 25, I'm still young, but
Right.
I've been doing this for so long that inspiration has I stopped looking for inspiration and I stopped looking for motivation, and I started finding myself into me and just everything around me.
Okay.
Because it's like the longer that I look for something, inspiration dies.
Right.
You feel me?
Okay.
Once you find one thing, you can never use that thing again,
Right.
or you can only use it for so many times.
Okay.
So, whatever goes on in my life at the moment, whatever I feel like, or if I just don't feel nothing, if I don't feel nothing, I just don't do.
Okay.
And everybody stresses and they get into their feelings when they don't do. And I do, of course. I always doubt myself when I'm not moving.
Absolutely.
But I always see it as if I don't have inspiration with one thing, it's because I'm about to move into inspiration with another.
Okay.
So it's like if I can't write music right now, it's because I'm not supposed to write music. I have enough music. It's time for me to promote music.
Okay.
I have no idea to promote music. It's not because I don't need to promote music right now. I need to make content for promotion. Right. I don't have no ideas for content. All right, cool. Let's go try to do some shows. Let's go throw a show. That'll help with the content.
Right.
Maybe that'll give me the inspiration to write. Maybe da.
Right.
I just connect the dots. You feel me?
So, like, with success, how do you define success as an artist?
Oh man, making sure my family good.
Right.
I can never be famous in my life. You feel me? If this ends up that I'm not to the top level where I want to be, but I make enough change off of my artistry and off of what I do, where my sisters don't have to want for anything. My niece and nephew can get whatever they want if they ask me for it.
Right.
My dad doesn't have to work too hard. My mom can quit her job. My grandma can know that her house gonna be paid off and it ain't gonna get sold if anything happens to her. Then I've succeeded. I don't really need nothing else.
Right.
You feel me? This is what I want to do in my life. So if it helps me take care of my family, I don't need much of anything.
That's awesome. So like, with the skills that you have, 'cause you said that you've been rapping since you were like 13 years old. How did you develop those skills? Like, how did you know that your dad was an artist, so obviously you're around the music and all that. But
He was a comedian.
Well, being around a comedian and being in the entertainment thing, how did you develop your skills?
Man, I just had great people around me. Like my dad was very supportive. And I know I say he wasn't an artist. My dad did rap a little bit back in the day, but he's not a rapper.
Okay.
And he'll tell you that. My dad's funny. He's a comedian.
Okay.
But he was my biggest supporter. My dad always just pushed me to do what I wanted to do. My granddad was in a doo-wop band back in the day, and they traveled and did a bunch of stuff. So when it was up to me to go and do it, he was very supportive. He taught me a lot of writing skills. He put me on to old school music. My granddad got a stack of records still at the house. May he rest in peace. He got a stack of records at the house that I still listen to this day whenever I go home. Wow. And it's like all of the music that he put me onto. He's like, you need to make music like this. You need to sample music like this. Right. And me growing up, I'd be like, Granddad, you crazy. You don't know nothing about the music nowadays. But nah, he was totally correct, because sampling the music and making music like that is what artists are doing nowadays and what they getting on. So my granddad was on to something. But I just had a good level of support around me in a place where there was nothing growing for me.
Okay.
You feel me? Because I could have easily gave this whole thing up and probably either been dead or in jail somewhere.
Okay.
You feel
Was
me?
it hard to stay in this lane and not hang out? Because there's a lot of sacrifice when you get into it being an actor, an artist, or whatnot. You have a lot of guys that are out there and have one foot still in the streets and one foot wanting to be an artist. Is it hard to stay focused and you know what I mean? And just,
I was never I was never no street nigga for real. I was very, I wouldn't say I was privileged growing up, but I was lucky enough to have a very good standing growing up.
Okay.
Very good people around me, very good parents. So even
Okay.
when I did jump off the porch and was doing ignorant shit, it's like I still had a good head on my shoulders to know that I this ain't for me.
Right.
This ain't for me.
The blessings of a family, a mom, dad, grandpa.
And then I had an older brother that was in the streets who looked at me and was like, nah, you not gonna be.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
Rest in peace, my older brother. Oh my God.
Right.
My older brother, man, him being out there, I used to want to be right out there with him.
Okay.
I watched that man punch a dude so hard in the face that his tooth got lodged into his head. And I used to be like, man, I want to be like that dude. This nigga right here is wild. I want to be like him.
Right.
But nah, he instilled in me that in other places where I watch him bully people for being sensitive or bully people for being like soft,
right,
he damn near held my hand through it.
Okay.
Was like, my brother was a tough person.
Okay.
Shaquan, you can ask anybody that know that man. He was a tough person. But he nurtured me because he knew I had more talent in me than I had street. And I had more going for me than I had than the city that we lived in could offer us.
Right.
So I'm fortunate enough to have a family around me that like kept me on the straight and narrow, even on days that where I was like, man, I want to jump off the porch. Right. I want to do some ignorant shit because if I don't, they gonna just keep punking me.
Right.
They gonna keep making me look bad.
Right.
They gonna keep making me look sad. I gotta show them, then I'll bout it. I ain't gotta show nobody name.
Absolutely.
I gotta prove nobody shit.
Absolutely.
My brother made me really think that. I'm proud of that. To this day, my dad, I used to hate when my mom and dad tell me, you ain't about that. You're not on none of that.
Right.
I used to hate that. But it's like they was right.
Yeah.
And they only telling me because they trying to keep me protected.
Absolutely. And they obviously they know the talent in you, and you know,
I was worth way more than what
absolutely
any of that could have gave.
Absolutely. Let's see. How was your style changed over time?
Sheesh, I just be doing different shit.
Okay.
I think from when I was like a kid making music to now, I think I have a more mainstream sound than I did.
Okay.
Where like before I had a really underground and underdeveloped sound.
Okay.
Like, I made really good music, but you could tell that it was like I had a lot of work to do.
Okay.
And I think now my sound's just more professional. And also, I just try more things as well. Like, I started doing alternate rock music that I ain't even released yet.
Wow. I was going to say, how did you start with the rock?
Man, I actually started doing rock music doing drill music.
Really?
Yeah, there was like this drill beat that my homie Jazz made. Shout out Ayo Jazz. He made this drill beat that had like this guitar behind it.
Okay.
And Jazz and Alexander, they make this music called synth punk.
Okay.
So they were already making rock music. And I was like, I want to try it. But I just wasn't there yet. Okay. So he made this rock drill beat, and I made a song to that.
Okay.
And I think I sent it to one of my friends at the time. Shout out Goo. We're not really friends no more, but I still fuck with her. I think I sent it to her at the time, and I was like, she was like, man, it's cool, but I want to hear you yell. Like, this is a rock song. This is you just Yumz rapping over a rock beat. I want to hear you like actually do a rock song. And so I was like, I bet. And you know, I ended up really doing it and enjoying it. It was like hella fun. Okay. Had a great time, and after that, I just kept making song after song after song. I got like a whole rock tape just finished right now.
That's awesome. I love that you're out of the box. Like, you're not, you know, they can't put you in a box.
Nah.
You know, and I think that's great about you and what I like about you. And that's awesome because I bet you do really good on the rock. I mean,
wait till I learn how to sing. I'm coming for every one of you R&B niggas. Oh, let me tell you. Brent Fayez, count your days, nigga. When I get these vocals, oh my God, it's over for y'all. I'm trying to tell you.
Yumz and Jodeci, their album's coming out soon.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon, okay?
Trying to get a feature with the Isley Brothers here.
Right,
soon.
Please.
You hear their new album?
You know, I heard some of the new music. I love it because, you know, you always wonder, at least with them, they've been so tied with R. Kelly and that sound. But although they've been out before him, when he got with R. Kelly, they had that sound. And then after that, to hear them come back and still, they're Isley Brothers. Yeah. I also love Frankie Beverly and Maze. That's one of my
to this day
favorite. I probably play their music on my days off, having a glass of wine, golden time of day. Please check out Maze. They have, right?
I die to see them in concert.
Oh, absolutely. That's
everything I love.
Yes, and Frankie Beverly's voice, like there's no other voice like that. And when you hear that voice, doesn't it just it takes you back in time? For me, it takes me back in time because I grew up in my household listening to Teddy Pendergrass, Maze, OJ's, just all of the greats, when I came up. And so Roberta Flack and we just had a house. My family loved music. We loved music. And our household was where everyone came on Fridays for the barbecue. And my mom's, the card games, the music, that was us. That was our household.
I love that.
Kids go outside and play, but everyone in the neighborhood hear mom's music, and she didn't care.
I miss those days.
Those were the best days. Those were honestly the best days. Let's see. How do you manage your work life and balance your private life?
I don't at all. It's a hard thing to do. I tend to let my work and my personal life mix together.
Okay.
A lot more than I would like to say that I do. But I feel like the first step into, just becoming the person that I'm becoming,
right,
is just knowing my strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
And, with music to me is personal. So it's like, even though this is my job, it's like it's still a personal thing to me. It's always been a personal thing to me. It's the way that I've made friends. It's the way that I've made relationships. It's the way that I've eaten. So it's like, now that I'm coming to a serious part in my life with it, it's really been hard to balance the two. But I think I manage both pretty well.
Okay.
Okay. Just knowing that, like, no matter what, I am who I am, and the head on my shoulders is on my shoulders and nobody else. So any mistake that I make, I own up to it. And anything that I know I shouldn't do, I don't do.
Good. So. Let's see. I'm going to ask you 2 more questions, okay? Because I can talk to you all day. So what are your least favorite parts of being an artist and being in this industry that you're in?
Clout, for one.
Okay.
I hate that you got to be at a certain status to talk to certain people, to get in certain rooms, to do certain things, no matter what you got. I hate the way people just try to just take from you.
Yes.
I've been placed into so many rooms in the years that my career has started, and been around so much energy that I've just been like, damn, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy.
Okay.
You can't bond with an artist too much without, them being jealous of you.
Okay.
You being jealous of them. Some type of don't like that. It's competition.
Right.
Just the fact that this stops being fun once you get to the place that you want to get.
Right.
I think that's like the worst thing about being an artist.
Right.
It's like every story that I've heard from every artist that I love personally, it's like they've always said, like, yeah, once you get there, it gets so much worse. Like all the dreams and stuff that you said you was gonna be fixed because you're famous.
Right.
you were so wrong, bro.
Wow.
And it's like, damn, what am I shooting for if I'm just gonna still be unhappy?
Right.
But hey, we gonna see.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it comes back to when you were talking about success. Like the family is the only important part, and the connections that you have. How high you go, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Andrew Bourdain got there. You saw what happened.
Oh, yes.
It just wasn't enough. The satisfaction is never quenched.
Right.
Oh, God. It's never quenched. And then you also have to keep up the image to continue what you already have.
Right.
I think that's also a really bad part. It's like once you get to a certain space, it can be taken from you way faster than what you got it.
Yes.
I could make it famous tomorrow, and it'd have been like a good 20 years,
right,
good 2 decades of work that I put in.
Yep.
And make it tomorrow, and literally the next day could all be ruined.
Yeah.
I think been swept under me.
I agree with you on that. I think for me, with acting, I battle with that because if you say something wrong and you built and you're working so hard to get to where you're trying to be, and then you answer a question the wrong way, it's all gone.
It's all gone.
It's all gone. And I just,
I
battle with that.
It's
answer
you know, a question the wrong way. You make the wrong person angry. You
yes,
tell the wrong person no.
Yes, right.
You tell the wrong person
right.
no.
Right.
When they offer you something, you couldn't even know it's the wrong person.
True.
Because they'll never tell you that they the wrong person.
True.
And 9 out of 10, the thing that they asking you is going to be something incriminating that you're not even going to want to do.
Right.
It's not for your career.
Right.
It's not going to boost you in any way. They just want to see you do it.
Right.
But you tell the wrong person no.
It's done.
Blackballed. Done. Forever.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't avoid the wrong person because you don't know who the wrong person is. And if you avoid every opportunity that comes your way, you'll never get the opportunities that you want.
Right.
So it's like, damn.
Yeah. Seeing the thing that happened with the baby, you know, that a talented artist, you know, talk too much, but really talented. Like he's talented. And so to see him on YouTube doing all the freestyles to show that he's, you know what I mean?
You know, as a North Carolina nigga myself.
Right, right.
And watching him come up to where he was and then watching just all of that be like destroyed, but still watching him still like hustle his way up.
Yes.
Like one thing about the baby, that man is resilient.
Yes, he is.
He is resilient. I don't care what the internet say about him.
Right.
He knew he was blackballed and still was like, man, I can start from the bottom.
That's right. You know, it's crazy because, you know, like you said, you can come out and have everything, and then the next day it can be gone because you said the wrong thing or you didn't answer something right or spoke to the person that you shouldn't have spoke to like that. You know,
not agreeing with what the baby said.
Absolutely,
I think
absolutely
he should have definitely shut up.
Yes,
he should have not have said anything.
Absolutely.
Of that. Maybe you just ended the show right then.
Yeah,
and there.
just
would have been a good idea.
I recently saw that show because I've been wondering about it, and I saw that show and I'm like, oh my God, why would you say
it's like
anything?
I can't even defend you, bro.
No, you can't because there was no need to say that. That was the stupidest thing to say.
You didn't have to say that, gang.
You know, and that's, to me, I think it's, you know, as we used to call it back in the day, my mom would say, you have your ass up on your shoulders. You know, you're getting a little too, you know, ahead of yourself. And not realizing
he was the baby, the first
North
Carolina nigga to ever pop out and be great. Once you get to the place, and then like my dad being exactly from where he from, and me being raised in the areas that he's raised in, you know, I'm not surprised. He said some jokes. I'm not at all. Us being raised in the South is a totally different breed. Us being raised in North Carolina is a totally different breed.
Right.
And then just him being from the illest parts of Charlotte, North Carolina, he was bound to say something ignorant. I just didn't think it was going to be that.
You know, my family's from the South. My dad's family is from Jackson, Mississippi, and we went to go live with him when we were younger and high school kids or middle school kids, and it was our first time in the South and in like Jackson, and we're West Coast girls, my sister and I. So you're right. It's at least in Mississippi, it was a totally different culture because we'd never been in the South like that. And, you know, the opinions you say, kind of what's on your mind. And my grandfather had a church and he was a pastor there. So it was a really, you know, growing up in that structure, but just it was different from the West Coast and the strictness that my mom had then moving with my dad and my grandfather and just that whole thing, you know, that whole Southern thing. Like it's they can talk more freely. Let's put it like that. They don't bite their tongue about things. You know what I mean?
I always tell people moving to California is a culture shock for me because the racism here is more hidden.
Yes, yeah.
Than it is, and I don't know which one I like better.
My dad used to say that. Yeah,
I was like, I don't know which one I like better. To be honest,
right.
I don't know how I feel about the hidden racism. I think I'd rather have it in front of my face, so at least I know what rooms not to walk into.
Right. My dad used to tell us that. He used to, because we went to the mall for the first time. And like I said, we're from the West Coast. We've gone to the malls, and you just go to the mall. And so he has a talk with us before we go to the mall. And it was odd because like you have white people on this side and black people on this side, and this was in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So by the time you got to this side of the mall, they, you know what I mean? Like it was a rotating thing, right? Mm-hmm. And he used to tell us that. He was like, what he loved about the South, because he hated the West Coast. And when he'd come and visit us, my mom, he'd stay for about a month and head back to Jackson. And what he said that he hated was he knew how his neighbors felt. Like he knew the racism was more open. It wasn't hidden. You knew how someone felt about you. He said coming to the West Coast, you didn't know.
Nah, bro.
Like he hated that.
You can eat dinner.
You know,
they will invite you to parties.
Right. Yeah.
They will give you opportunities, and behind your back completely be slandering your black ass name.
Right.
And that's so crazy to me.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That is so crazy to me, bro.
Right.
I that's like the first thing when I moved here. I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Right.
Do not know how I feel about that at all. But I mean,
yeah, F it.
It's gonna happen either way it goes.
Absolutely, it is. Okay, last question. Dream project. Who would you like to work with? What is your dream project?
Oh man, I think my dream project would to be able to do. So from production,
okay,
I would want the band that like plays. I would want the classical band that played for Wu-Tang.
Okay,
you feel me? You remember when Wu-Tang made their second debut album, and it was like classical samples. It was like live samples of classical.
No.
Like classical instruments.
Okay.
And then the RZA like made beats around the classical instruments.
No.
I would love to just have a live band, a live classical orchestra, and then orchestrate that.
Okay.
But instead of like, having classic music and sampling and making beats around it, I want to fuse it with like an actual band.
Okay.
So like have an actual drummer there.
Right.
Production. I would love to do I would love Sade to be on that album. You feel me? Just for the intro. Okay. I think that she would make a smooth intro with that sound. Okay. I would love for just have greats on there, like Kendrick Lamar.
Absolutely.
I would love to have people like Sada.
Right.
Saba, not Sada, Saba. Saba Baby would be dope on there too. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
count.
I was like, yeah. Yeah, see, right?
I would love to do a couple songs with Smino. You feel me? Okay. Have DJ Drama be do the drops.
Okay.
Have that one crazy Lil Wayne verse.
Right.
You notice how Lil Wayne on certain albums has the craziest verse you ever heard? Every Tyler the Creator album that Lil Wayne has ever gotten on, craziest verse.
Lil Wayne, listen, I've been listening to Lil Wayne when he came out at 14 with the Hot Boys. The Block is Hot. The Block is Hot.
You ain't even got to tell me. I had every Lil Wayne album from The Block is Hot to 400 Degrees. Okay. I had him on hard copy. Even when he dropped mixtapes, I used to go buy his mixtapes on bootleg.
See, I never
put them in a row.
I never got the mixtape, but I have all the Carters. I have the Block is Hot, 400 Degrees. I have all of that. But I remember when he came out with The Block is Hot, and you know how you could look at someone and say they're a star like you. Like I know, oh my God, I'm sitting with like a legend, right? But when he came out with The Block is Hot, the video, put the lyrics to the side, the energy and the video and the facial, and you could not turn away from him. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like you guys did. When Wayne came out, everyone was hyped over Wayne because it's this 14-year-old that is controlling the mic, the room, the video set, the everything.
That man ruled
everything.
He ruled
for
the
years,
whole early 2000s.
For years. Bro. Remember when Millie came out? Remember, everyone's waiting for that. When that came out, straight
You know what I
rapping.
loved about
Oh
Millie?
my God, what?
He dropped You Got Money before a Millie.
Yeah.
And the video for a Millie was the setting up to You Got Money
absolutely.
with T-Pain.
Yes.
He had two hits back to back.
Because
and
they
doubled in for it.
And they finished it with him standing up in the bank.
On the desk where it started. I was
I thought what I loved about Millie was the fact of, as they're shooting the video, he's just walking around the video set and just rapping, just going in and the way that he plays with the words.
Oh my God. It was
crazy. He's a wordsmith, and I love that. And till this day, everyone's waiting, okay, when's Lil Wayne gonna fall off? He doesn't. He doesn't fall off.
I can honestly say Wayne ain't dropped like a real decent project in years.
Yes, it's been years. But
I don't care what anybody say. Ain't nobody out here outdoing Wayne. No. He proved himself every time. Every time I think, all right, man, it's that time Wayne done got old. He done fell off. It's over. He'll drop something. He'll drop a verse, a song, something, and completely prove everything that I have said wrong.
I can listen to him rap all day long.
I love it. I even like the Rebirth album. I don't care what nobody say. The Rebirth album was fire.
I thought it was good. I thought
it was amazing.
Everything he had. Even that when they was talking about the Carter 6 and how that got hung up, whatever, the songs on there, great. His dedication with 2 Chainz.
Oh my God, him and 2 Chainz collab album was crazy.
Was it a college?
Sorry for
was it College Park?
Yeah,
College Grove or
College Grove.
College Grove.
It was like College Park and Holly Grove mixed together.
Yes.
His Sorry for the Wait mixtapes was crazy.
Yes.
His dedications was crazy.
Yes.
I'm Not a Human Being was crazy.
Yes.
That man has bodies of work that is just legendary.
Absolutely.
And I don't think I've ever. There's not one Wayne project that you can't at least find like 3 songs. 3 songs on there that you like.
Yeah.
That you gonna learn the words to. Like, you don't even have to like the songs that much, but you gonna learn the words to at least 3 songs.
Yes, you're gonna know his. So
at least 3 songs on there, you're gonna be like, okay,
right.
I'm gonna listen to these over and over again.
Yes.
I ain't even really like the Carter 5 or the Carter 6 that much. You feel me? But there's 3 songs on both of those tracks that I played. The Carter 4, I feel like was Wayne's last real good standing project.
Yeah, okay.
And the Carter 4 was just amazing.
Yeah, that was the one with Hustle, right?
Yeah.
Hustle Music.
It's got Mega Man on it.
Yes.
He got everybody on there. Andre 3000 was on the song with Tech Nine on the Carter 4.
Okay.
They have a song together. So the Tech, and it's on the interlude.
Okay.
The second interlude. So they got the intro.
Right.
And then it's like 2 songs down. Then you got the interlude.
Right.
Tech Nine pops out with the dopest verse I've ever heard Tech Nine spit in my life. And then Andre 3000 comes right after that.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my, Wayne's not on any of that, by the way. That's another thing I like about Wayne. He'll put somebody on his album and not have anything to do with it.
Okay.
He's got mixtapes where he'll have Lil Chucky just do a whole song or Lil Twist just do a whole song.
Okay.
And it's really dope.
Okay.
And then the last song on the Carter 4, he had Bun B, he had Busta Rhymes, he had 2 other legendary artists. I think it was either Young Jeezy or Yo Gotti.
Okay.
But and they were just all on that outro, and Wayne was nowhere to be found.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's how you end the album.
So we got to go back and check out the Carter 4 and not skip to our favorite songs, because I know I'm bad about that. I'll stick to a song and
me too.
Keep to that one, and then you'll find another one. I think I was listening to the receipt for like just to put. You have to admit the beat, that old song that they had, and him rapping over that. I thought that was just perfect, and the way he rapped through all that, just because he caught that Jay-Z. He does that Jay-Z, because obviously Jay-Z is like Wayne's like favorite rapper. So I love how he incorporates that Jay-Z. And what I like about you is right. Listen to his music and you'll know exactly. I love that. That is you. That is so you. Listen, I want you to shout out everyone. Tell us the projects that you have coming up, shows.
Hey, man, shout out Space. Shout out Bay God. Shout out just the whole Bedroomtrap. Shout out Ock 14. Shout out Ghetto Wonder Twins. Shout out Hippie Life. Man, make sure y'all come out to Slim and Huskies July 7th for the I'm Going Home show. We going up from 5 to 10. Make sure y'all donate to the show. Everything that you put in for this show goes straight into the next one for the show that I'm throwing in North Carolina. It's going to pay for lodging for, all the artists that I'm taking back to North Carolina. And it's going to give these rappers that's probably been in California their whole lives to see a whole new place. So, come out, enjoy a good show. If you can't come out and enjoy a good show, at least donate. Help us out. That'd be great. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right, I got 2 questions, though.
Yeah.
My turn now.
Do your thing.
First one is kind of logistics when it comes to your music. Because I know, like, that Pretty Bitch Dre, like, looking at his small demographic, he actually has, like, kind of a following in, like, Vietnam.
That boy got a cult following.
A little bit, yeah. I was wondering, like, do you look at, like, worldwide demographics and, like, do you have, like, a big...
Yeah, I got a crazy worldwide demographic.
Where at?
I'm real big in Germany. They rock with me in London. Oh, I can look at my I can look at my analytics right now and tell you exactly where.
And the follow-up question is like, where would you want to go if you could choose like another country to perform?
Good question.
I will tell you in a second.
Whichever one pulls the most crowd, huh?
Pretty much. Oh yeah, they rock with me in Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, Germany. I've been going dumb in the Netherlands for a minute.
Really?
I would love to see what that is. South Africa, France. One place I would really like to perform, I would love to go to London. Okay. London and Canada are like two of my favorite places to talk about for one reason or another. So I would love to perform there and like just see the music and outcome there. Yes. If we talking like far away place, I keep saying that I'll never go to Australia because of the animals, but I got fans in Australia that I actually talk to. So
I'm with you.
I'll go to Australia.
You're safe in the city.
I doubt it. You have to have a hunter spider in your bathroom just so other poisonous bugs and snakes don't bite you through your toilets.
But they're cute. Hunter spiders are really cute, man.
Hunter spiders are this big and they're completely albino white. But they're still scary. They're a giant spider. Just imagine going to the bathroom at 3 a.m. and you're greeted by a giant white spider that's this big.
That's my thing about Australia too. I'll be honest with you, Zach. I want to go too, but I watch a lot of documentaries.
No, with none of
that. The bugs they have over there, you know, the spiders they have over there.
It's Jurassic Park over there.
It is scary. So
do you know people get mauled by koala bears?
Yeah,
do they
32
really?
people die every year in Australia by koala bear attack.
Really?
Yes.
They also have syphilis, so.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Or chlamydia. It's chlamydia.
They'll fuck your ear.
I didn't know. For real?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They're very territorial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Koala bears?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you know they're so
so sweet and cuddly, right?
We girls, you know, they're like our teddy bears. You know, like we never hear anything bad.
You do not want to hug. In fact, zookeepers, certain zookeepers are not allowed to move a koala bear without having another zookeeper there to make sure that it doesn't like maw them.
Wow.
And then they also, every zookeeper that has to move a koala bear ends up with scratches.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are savages.
Yeah, never knew that. Always, you know, they've always been
Zebras aren't as sweet and cuddly as I thought they were either.
Zebras are adorable.
Yeah, no, they're not.
They'll attack too?
Not only will they attack, zebras cannot be domesticated. It's impossible for you to domesticate it. Even if you have a zebra that is born in domestication, it will forever be wild. Really? Yes. You cannot ride a zebra.
I was just gonna say, like, can you
cannot ride a zebra. You cannot. There's these thing that they do with wild horses called breaking the horse, where it's like you can ride on a horse for an amount of time, and it'll calm down and let you ride it. A zebra will fight till its death. So it will not calm down, and if you don't get off it, it will just fall over it. Yeah, until you fall with it. Like,
fun facts. I did not know that.
Zebras cannot be domesticated. And as soon as they get you on the ground, they'll stumble you. They'll run back and trample you.
Okay.
Yeah. Other elephants remember your face, and they will come to your village and stomp you.
There was a story of this. There was a poacher who was trying to hunt an elephant, and the elephant killed him. And then they had like an open burial, like somewhere in like the plains, and the same elephant like crashed that funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And, like,
it was a woman.
The funeral.
It was a woman that helped poachers kill the elephants. The baby killed the elephant's baby, and the baby ended up trampling the woman, and then like came to her funeral and like stomped her funeral out.
Very savage.
Elephants remember all that shit.
Okay. All right. Well, you got any more questions?
Yeah, one more. Just nice.
Kangaroos strangle you. That's the last thing I wanted to say. I'm sorry. That was the last thing I wanted to say. Kangaroos strangle you. They grab you by your neck and then they kick you.
Any ghost stories, paranormal activity in your life that you have experienced? Aliens? Anything?
Shit, one time I woke up in the middle of the night and I was at my grandma's house and the door was closed in the other room. The way my room is set up, it's like a room here and then a room here. And I just remember waking up and then watching the door open and a little black demon running around and then the door closing really suddenly. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but I never saw that again in my grandma's house. But I did live in a haunted house. Oh my God, I used to hate this house. Back when my little brother, when I used to live with my little brother, I used to be with my little brother, my mom and my stepdad, we used to live in this one house. And it was like over by the lake, I think. And it was like a duplex. The only person that lived there was like this old lady that lived like right across the way. But I remember just being in my room, and every night that I slept in my room, I remember just like waking up in the middle of the night and just seeing hands reach into the door and then like reach out. And it would just be like multiple hands just doing that, just reaching into the doorway. Like nothing would ever come in and I could only see hands. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then one day I got up and like went out of my room and the kitchen light was on. And I remember looking in the kitchen and watching a red Solo cup just floating. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm thinking like, I'm a kid. So I'm like, bro, I'm asleep. This is a dream. That cup is not floating. I walk up to the cup. I poke the cup slams on the table, and I ran back to my room. I started sleeping in the living room with a Bible. That's how bad it was for me in that place.
Oh, wow.
I would not sleep in the room. I would not sleep in my bed. I had to sleep in the living room.
With the Bible.
With a Bible.
I
slept in the living room because I was like, I'm not going to be sleeping in my room for anybody to reach their hand in. If I'm going to see them, I'm going to see them out in the open. And my grandmother, I used to tell my grandma had like this scripture. I forget even what page she had me at, but but after I did that, it was a lot better in the house for some reason.
Right.
Even when I slept in my room, as long as I had the Bible open on that specific page, I didn't see the hands or anything. My little brother, I found out years later that my little brother, he saw the same thing that I was seeing. And I was like, so I wasn't crazy?
Hands?
Oh, wow.
The hands are the
Yeah, he saw the hands. He was sawing everything that I was seeing, weird things floating.
Right.
Like hands at the doorway. He was seeing it too, and we just never talked about it.
I was gonna ask, like, did you ever experience like sleep paralysis that way?
I experienced sleep paralysis, but not in the way that other people do. Like I don't see like no ghost person I just can't move. And
That's
it's like,
happened to me.
I can't move. I can't open my eyes. I just stand there like this. And that's like sleep paralysis for me. Like that's how I experience it.
No, I had it where I saw something. But I couldn't move and I couldn't yell. But they were on the side of the bed and I couldn't move. And I remember once I was released, like once I could move, I remember running out of my bed, and I'm a grown woman, running out of my bed in my 20s and went and jumped into bed with my mom. And she wakes up and she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, someone's in my room. Someone's in my room. They're over to bed. And she's like, it's okay. It's probably your grandma, probably because we just lost an aunt like a week before. And she's like, and I haven't seen her since I was a kid. And she's like, it's probably your Aunt Willie Pearl. But I remember just not being able to move and seeing them and just the TV's on and I couldn't move. And then once I was released, I was able to run and jump out the bed. Yeah, it was really scary.
My experience with sleep paralysis is just like, I've been still. Like I can hear everything around me. Eyes are completely closed. And I remember one time I was at my grandma's house and I got it real bad. And this is the last time I've ever got sleep paralysis. Now, whenever my body feels like it's going to get into that stance, it'll wake itself up because that's how bad it was.
Right.
Like I can't go to sleep if I know if my body feels like it's going to happen.
Right.
And I know, it's like I know when it's going to happen.
Right.
Because my body will literally tell me like, nah, you can't go to sleep yet. Right. Something's going to happen in your brain.
Right.
But last time I did it, I was at my grandma's house. And I remember it so vividly. I was a kid. I was laying in my grandma's house. And I remember just waking up, but I couldn't wake up. And I was like, I can't move, bro. And I'm just whimpering. I'm whimpering. My grandma is hearing me whimper in my sleep. And she has to like come over and like push my body. And I'm still not waking up. Still not. I'm whimpering. And I just know I'm awake. I can hear her calling my name. And finally, after like 10 full minutes that felt like 10 hours, I could move. And I was like,
right? Yeah, right.
Crying. And my grandma's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I can't move. I can't move. I don't know what was going on. She was like, oh, it's nothing, baby.
Right, it's nothing.
It's fine. It used to happen to you, cousin. That's not normal,
right,
grandma.
Right.
And it's never happened to me again. And it's just, oh my God. This is terrible.
Well, guys, listen, I appreciate you guys joining me. It's episode 4 of Rossie's Clubhouse. YUMZAWKWORD joined us. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode and join us again. We'll be back soon with another show from your girl. Thank you guys.